This is Carl, once again, 1/5 Banter with the Brothers, and I'm doing bar for bar again, you already know. And I'm here with...
Saint 2-on-1, you already know.
Yo, man, it's been a minute. How you been living, brody?
It's definitely been a minute. I've been living good. I cannot complain. I remember first time being on Banter with the Bros. I was me and Damir's campaign. We're a little duo. Did some music.
I just remember, bro, that campaign. I remember that was probably one of the first times I ever sat down with artists in a studio setting. And I thought I had me a couple bars, you know what I'm saying? I was about to be like, yo, give me a quick 16. Then I went in there. I saw y'all go out the top. I'm going to chill on that.
Yeah, that was damn. And think about it now, it was like 4 years ago.
Bro.
It's been like 3-4 years ago now. So it's crazy. Time flew by, but yeah, I mean, my music sure evolved a lot since then.
So what we gonna talk about here on Bar for Bar? You know what I'm saying? Since we here for the music. What you got? Heard you just got a little project came out.
Yeah, I mean, I just dropped this new project last month. It's called Path to the Moon 2. It's my first official mixtape. My first Path to the Moon, that was more like an EP, me getting the feeling out. And I just dropped my new album. It's called Path to the Moon 2. It's out and available on all streaming services. Really, like, the idea with Path to the Moon is, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. You know, I'm aiming for the stars. I'm on a path that way. It's not, you know, you look to your left, you look to your right. You know, I don't want to be like any one of my peers. I want to aim upwards. So that's why I shoot for.
I feel it. And I feel like you did that with this Path to the Moon 2 tape. Because, I mean, I like the diversity on it, how it's not more than, you know what I'm saying? It all is consistent, but at the same time, different sounds.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I see you in the studio a lot, man. You engineering now? Is that what we doing?
Yeah, I'm actually that's my full-time job. I'm an audio engineer. I have a home studio. I was working with Rock Nation at a studio in the city earlier before COVID hit. But once COVID hit, thank God I have my own home studio set up, and I wasn't about to be in the city. So really, audio engineering is one of the reasons why the album even sounds the way it does, because I spent so much time audio engineering and learning, and I had such a great mentor and mentors, and it helped me be able to develop those different sounds. And because what you would hear on my Path to the Moon 2 is the fact that, you know, there's no one sound on that album. You know, like some person might like this song and some person might like a totally other song, which sounds totally different. And what I wanted to do is give the people variety, because me, I don't listen to just one genre of music, and I don't listen to just one sound. I like to dabble in everything. So that really helped me. Being an audio engineer really helped me be able to do that, because I recorded that whole album myself. I engineered every piece of it. Everything was me. Every
Top to
vocal,
bottom?
top to bottom, zero features. Sometimes people are like, who's this on this song? It's me. It's all me. Every background noise you hear, something I've done. I've really spent a good amount of time on that album. Not the reason why, and when I mean on it, the songs didn't take too long to make, but I spent a lot of time learning how to do what I'm trying to do. You know, how to get a sound to sound like it's in the background and coming from here and here, and you know, hit you here. So it definitely helped me. Audio engineering was definitely beneficial.
So you about to be Ye. That's what I mean. You Kanye right now. You top to bottom, everything. You ain't got to call nobody. You got it all right there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, I really do mostly everything myself. I spent a lot of time learning. It's worth it. It's worth it in this industry, because, you know, I used to spend money on studio time. I used to drop a lot of money. Then I'm like, man, why am I paying this guy if I can just learn to do it? And I'm explaining to him things that I'm trying to get, and some people can understand, some people don't, but nobody understands you better than yourself.
Facts.
So learning how to do it myself really helps me, and actually it really sets me apart from a lot of other artists, because, and it's not even on a cocky standpoint, but when other artists listen to my music, one thing they say is like, bro, like the sound of your, like the way your audio sounds and the way your songs sound off rip, whether you like the song or not, sounds appealing to the ear. And I think that's the first step in any type of music versus not the lyrics or anything. It's really like the sound. Is it sound appealing, to your ear?
Because that's what you,
That
at the end
person,
of the day, that's what you're listening for.
exactly. Like, somebody made a song, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci. Like he just said Gucci Gang 1,000 times, but it sounds, the engineer made it sound good.
Yeah.
Trust me, if you heard Lil Pump probably saying it in whatever voice he has, like his natural voice, nobody would like that song. But I really hold it was when I started making music when I learned that the audio engineer, they are not like praised how they should be, honestly. And because once I got in the studio and saw a really good engineer and saw what they did to the song and how they raised the level and how they brought the best out of an artist, I was like, oh crap, that's why Lil Uzi sounds the way he sounds and his music sounds the way he sounds. That's why Tory's music sounds the way he sounds. Because that's why Drake wasn't gonna sign to YMCMB without 40.
Right.
He told Lil Wayne, I won't even sign to y'all if I can't bring my own audio engineer because he knows how I'm supposed to sound. That's how important audio engineering is. And that's why Drake is one of the biggest artists out. Is when he came out, what was it? We were like, damn, that's a different sound. This guy is singing, rapping, and it sounds good.
Facts. Just the way that they put it together, like you're saying, like the beats selection and also like his vocals and stuff. I get what you're saying.
It's a very collaborative process. And that's the thing with music. Hence why I love audio engineering is with other artists, I'm able to bring the best out of them because not to brag, but I'm really good at what I do. I spent a lot of time, I've played instruments all my life. So I've been in the band, I played orchestrated concert music, marching band, everything. And I've made creative music. And because of that, I have an ear and I know how things are supposed to sound. And when you're with an artist who also has their own ideas and you marry the two in a collaborative process, that's when you get gold. That's when you get a Drake, that's when you get a Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z, Kanye, that was his main producer. That was his go-to guy. There's no Jay-Z without a Kanye.
Jay-Z hasn't been sounding the same since, man. I mean, he's still got the bars, but when you look at it, you're not seeing those hits like they used to be.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it does. That's what an audio engineer and a producer and having a collaborative, somebody you can really collaborate with, it changes the whole landscape of your potential and where your music can go. So I definitely respect the art of engineering, audio engineering.
No, facts. Well, let's get into this Path to the Moon too. And let's talk about some of these songs here. Because I mean, like we were saying, the sounds, like going right into the first song is Rogue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Rogue.
With that Rogue, I mean, you just start off with that airy beat. And it gives you that. What I also liked about it is Path to the Moon. When you think of that, you like that first song, the airy beat. I don't want to go too far into the second one because we're gonna break that down too. But it just like it gives you those. Even though it's like you're thinking Path to the Moon upwards, to me it's like you travel. It's like you going different places with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the path to the moon. So I don't know if you thought that out when you was putting.
Honestly, because like that's how I test all my music. When I make a song, I go in my car and I'll drive around my block, and because I feel like majority of people listen to music in cars on the way to something, and that was a big thing. Is every song has to sound like it's getting to a destination. It has to lift off, and so with Rogue as my first song, honestly, with creating it, something interesting because I have my own apartment with like me and my two friends share an apartment. We all have our own rooms and stuff, and I was recording that song maybe like 3-4 a.m. and I had to be really quiet. That's why it even sounds the way it sounds. It's like I might go like it sounds kind of like I'm whispering in a way when I'm rapping that song because I actually had to be really quiet because I was recording at like 3 a.m. and I was smoking, drinking a little, and I make a song I make at least a song or two a day, and that when I woke up the next day and I went to listen to the song, I'm like, holy shit, this little boy sound hard. He's like, you know, the vibe of it, like you said, it's like it had that airy vibe where it was like it puts you in a location and felt like you were traveling somewhere. It really, it definitely like hit me. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna spend some more time on it. And on that song, honestly, that was, I think personally, my best engineered song, because people don't even notice the voice. I have a, I have tons of vocals in that song, and people don't even notice that some of the stuff they hear in the background is actually my vocals. Like a lot of the things you hear in the background of the song is literally just me conforming my vocals to sound a certain way. And so for that song, that was one of the songs I really spent a lot of time. I felt like my engineering really showed on that song. Uh,
How long you think in total it took you to make that song?
I mean, to record it, most songs don't take me longer than 30 minutes to an hour because, you know, I have the equipment right there. I freestyle. Like, I mean, I punch in, I don't know what they call it. Some artists call it freestyling.
Yeah.
I don't write my lyrics, but I have a microphone right in front of me and I have my computer right in front of me. So most songs take me 30 minutes to an hour because, like, that song took me about 30 minutes to record, but then to put together probably took like an hour to 2 hours to really get it to sound how I wanted it to sound. And then what I'll do is I'll transfer the song to myself. I'll go listen to it in the car. I'll wait a day, see how I listen to it again with fresh ears, and then see if I want to add anything, subtract anything. And so with that song, it took me a good like 2 hours. That song, surprisingly, I only added like a little bit of sauce from that night, but mostly everything was recorded that night at like 3 a.m. And then when my roommates heard it, that's what helps me too. It's like they kind of help me, let me know which songs are gonna like might you gonna stick better. Because when they heard it, they were like, "Yo, what the f- is that?" Like I've never heard you sound like that, and I'm like, "Shit, me neither." And so that's when I knew that one was gonna hit different. And that's why I was like, "That's going number one." Like I made it my. I don't even think it's the best song on my album, but I made it the first song because I don't know, it had a lot of meaning to me in terms of I put a lot of, it shows my versatility of what I can do and what I can make something sound like. So I
And I mean,
definitely love that track.
just going into Rogue, that the beginning, man. I mean, it's like you was telling the story with it. You said I might go rogue when I stack my paper. I might bet it all when I'm out in Vegas. Take a photo, you know how I evaded. In a Rolls Royce, it feel like a spaceship. You know what I'm saying? So first
Yeah,
off, who got the Rolls Royce? I need to know that. I need to know that. We out?
the one thing about me is there's not a lot of cap in my rap. What inspired that song was, well, that song, the inspiration behind that song was, I was like, because every song for me has to have an idea. I just can't rap about nothing. So
Right.
that song was like, what would you do? Like, to my friends, I'm the guy that's like, I've always kept my friends together because like I've never been a selfish person. I've always been like, you know, everybody has that friend that keeps everybody together, that's always giving.
The
I'm a
glue.
very giving, yeah, exactly. And so for that song, I was like, what if for one day I wasn't me, you know? What if I get money and I just disappear on everybody? I don't talk to nobody, you know?
Yeah.
What if what if I just go to Vegas and splurge it? Like, what if I just don't act like I don't know any of you guys and I just leave everybody? And that was the real inspiration behind that track was, you know, I might go rogue when I stack my paper. I might bet it all when I'm out in Vegas. Take a photo, you know, I evaded. I'm in a Rolls Royce. It feel like a spaceship. That's for my path to the moon. And I keep it low, low. Can't tell them what I'm making. I got Mojo. That's for my man Austin Powers. I'm on that UK shit. Because Austin Powers was popular. I don't
Yo,
know if you've ever seen Austin Powers, but he had the mojo. And,
always.
and if you know what the mojo is, like, Mojo was drip before drip. You know, Mojo was swag before swag. Like, what's the thing? Like Mojo, like you wanted the Mojo. Austin Powers had the Mojo. You know, so
Will we compare the mojo to confidence?
yeah, definitely. And it's not only just, yes, it's not only just confidence. It's like a swagger to you too. it's like you have the confidence, but you also are able to back it up.
Yeah.
That's what I think about the Mojo. You know, Austin Powers, he always came out on top. I always loved Austin Powers. I always loved those movies growing up because it was hilarious and completely inappropriate for a child to be watching.
Bro, I was up like 11, 12, watching on TBS, you know what I'm saying, on the rerun.
You know, like gold member. So that song, those lyrics really meant something. I meant it to be a travel, so it's like getting into it. The verse goes, I'm on a vacation. It's the truth. I'm out in the tropics with a lady. Nothing new. Because, I mean, if you know me, you know anybody that know me. If I'm somewhere,
I know you. I
you know?
I
know
you,
I'm somewhere with a lady. You ain't never going to see me by my dolo. So
no,
I'm somewhere with, I love to be surrounded by women. I love women company. You know, we out in the Hawaii, she said, lay me, you know, a little double entendre because I'm trying to get laid. But it's a lay too. You put a lay on your neck, that's the little flowers. You know.
I didn't even beat that. That's what that is?
Yeah,
oh,
that's you know, because I honestly, I don't like to call myself a rapper. I hate the stigma on rapping. I like to call myself an artist. And, you know, I'm able to put words together. Just subtleties. I don't need to be rapping at you and being an Eminem and say a million words, but I'm going to give you a story, you know, and give you a couple bars, a couple metaphors that you might not even think of until maybe a month later. Like, crap, he really just said that.
Because I missed the whole late. I didn't even beat that. I didn't even beat that one.
Yeah, a lot of people miss that bar. It's like they think I'm just talking about getting laid. No, we're in Hawaii. She said, lay me. Like, put the lay on my neck. You know, so... And we forgot about the problems. We left them in the States. And, you know, I've been trying to close the distance. My actual favorite bar on that line is that bar is, you know, I've been trying to close the distance. There's no need to compete with my ambition.
I was about to say that, yeah. You
go. It's something of, like, what I really like, I don't know, being a man, I feel like, and something I've encountered a lot from my relationships, because I'm a very ambitious person. And they say, like, it's a Capricorn thing too. Like, we're very money, like we're ambitious people, and I'm very ambitious people. And a lot of times, I scare away a lot of women because I'm so ambitious towards my goals, and they feel like they have to maybe compete with my goals and me trying to attain my goals, because I might W because I'm trying to work, and I'm going to. If you can't contribute to it, I'm going to W for a bag, like to work on to get to where I want to be. So that's why I love that bar. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite bars on the whole album, whole project, because it really is something that I deal with a lot. Like, it kind of sucks because I love women, but I can't even get a girlfriend right now because they always feel like they're competing with my ambition.
Not facts, bro. Time is three things I say. It's time, energy, and money, bro. And that's
all we got in this world. This really all we got: time, energy, and money. And it's like, who do you want to use? Like, I'm big on living every 24 like it's my last. So I have to do everything I can today to get me further and to get closer to my dreams, because I'm hungry. You know, I'm literally starving when it comes to this, like my goals. So, and no matter how much closer I get, there's always, you know, a higher goal to reach. You know, there's always going to be somebody better than you. There's always going to be somebody with more money than you. There's always going to be somebody who's doing a little bit more than you. And I'm a competitive person. So if once I beat this person, I'm looking on to the next person. Like, I want to compete with him. You know, I want to get up there. I don't want to compete with the lower level. I want you to compare my album to the best album that's out right now. I'm not trying to compete for a local artist. I'm trying to compete for the best artist. You know, so I think that's living that way and having that mentality is healthy for me. It's like, it's beneficial. I lose out sometimes, but like you said, time, energy, and money is the only things we have in this world, right?
Yeah, facts. So, just going from Rogue, because I mean, you tackled all the bars I was about to talk about, and I mean, that last one is the one that really stuck out for me, just from me meeting you that one time, like when we first met, to like seeing you develop. And it's just like you, every time I see you, you always doing something else and always trying to achieve a new goal. And I was just like, even from the first time I seen you, I was like, he gonna be doing something. I don't know what it is. Like you just have that, you know what I'm saying? And you definitely hear that a lot. But like
yeah, I appreciate. I honestly do. I really do hear that a lot, and that's what helps me. That's one of the things that keep my motor going is hearing that. Like people always tell me that, even people that don't even know me, I walk into a spot and just from my spirit and my energy, I give off that you are going. I'm going to be somewhere because I can't not. I show it on my face. It's in my energy. It's in my spirit that I'm going to reach the levels I hope to be. So, and you feel it, and I really appreciate you saying that because, like, it really that's the type of things that get me to continue to know that I'm on the right path and I'm making strides going forward as well.
No, five. And then going to the next song, the She Said. Now we just went from the airy beat on Road. We go to She Said. It's that island vibe. It just right afterwards, just boom. Next location.
Yeah,
and you go ahead.
Yeah, and I was just saying this is definitely a little island vibe with a touch of New York on it.
Yeah.
Like that UK drill.
And with that New York part, I was just gonna ask you. You got the lingo in it. You got the A. You got the Weddy. You know what I'm saying? Finish Shoot for the Moon. I don't know if you was listening to the Pop Smoke, if that inspired you a little bit on here, but I mean it, like you said, it got that New York vibe on here.
And it's funny because I recorded that song before Pop Smoke's put out that album and all that. But it just happened to like just perfectly like align with that New York. And I was born in Brooklyn. I live in New Jersey currently. Like that's where I'm located and I work out of. And New York has a huge influence on me and my life and how I talk and all of that and the music I listen to. Because when you go out, if you're going out in New York, you're going to hear Pop Smoke. If you go outside, you driving down the block, you're going to hear pop. You're going to hear some drill. You're going to hear some of that or some Fivio Foreign, 5-year foreign, whatever. You're going Big Drip, you're going to hear or something like that. So I feel like it was only right to add that sauce, to that track for sure. Because I mean, honestly, that's actually it's actually doing the best right now. That song is it's getting the best reception. I've actually just recently, I was getting played at a bar in Australia. That song was it was in one of the biggest bars in Australia called Cargo Bar.
Talk about you're not gonna hit us with the subtle flex right there. Your song was playing in Australia, my guy.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it just gets me happy to see stuff, see it going upwards and to see people receive it well. And the DJ contacted me. He's like, just like, I'm going to be spinning your music a lot more often wherever I go over here. And that song specifically is like, it's gotten such a great reception. So I'm glad.
Hold on, no. We gonna skip She Said then. We gonna go. Are we touring overseas now? Is that what I'm hearing saying?
I mean, that's the goal. As soon as the borders open, I know I cannot lie because I actually am starting to build some connections out there in Australia. I don't know, they like my music out there. And I would love to go. So that is definitely one of the first places I'm going to be performing outside of America. Because I mean, they understand what we're saying. They speak their own little English, and they definitely have received my music very well. And I hear the place is beautiful, and they got some beautiful women there as well. So, yeah.
Just off the top, if this works though, I want like 5%. You featuring Iggy Azalea, Australia track. That's not from bar for bar. You know what I'm saying? That's just off the top.
I wonder if she has fans in Australia though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah, no, that would be crazy.
Because I think she is Australian.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, right. Okay.
She's Aussie. I think that's what you call them, Aussie.
That don't work out though. I ain't come up with that idea. I'm just letting you know.
I got you. I'm definitely gonna credit you, give you a percentage.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. But that's wild though. So it's all the way in Australia. You playing it here. Like, how do you do that? Just looking at from like a starting off point of, you know what I'm saying, recording the music. Is it just networking at that point, or is it just?
Honestly, that's really the big piece. Like, I mean, you know me. I talk, and I talk, like, I meet people like for a living. Like, if you don't know me, you've heard of, like, if we're in the same vicinity and I haven't talked to you yet, you know of me. You know what I'm
You
saying? Like,
heard something? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, and we're gonna create a relationship one way or another. Um, because I talk to a lot of people, and I think it's very important. And like, that's one thing a lot of artists don't do is they don't network, they don't utilize their resources, they don't utilize the people around them. One thing I wish I got a little more time in college, because I'm sure if I was able to push a lot of my music when I had that ability of young kids, young like, you know, young adults all around me in one environment. I mean, we went to college together. I was I was the main person throwing. If you wanted to throw a party at the school when I first got there, you had to call me. You had to call me.
I just remember one time you said pull up. I pulled up. I thought we was just about to kick it something. It's 50 people in a three person living space.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm saying, like that's one thing like and that's what honestly helped me. I've been a party person. Like, I like to party, and I like to, like, I don't like to go out to clubs, but I like to throw my own events. I like to invite people to vibe with me,
no
to
facts.
listen to what I want to, like, you know, when I was in school, or when I was in high school, when I left school, I've always thrown events. This is my company, 201, and it's my brand. And I've been throwing events since I was 13, 14, getting paid and stuff. And it's that stuff, it helps in the long run, because people remember you. They're like, and so that's a lot. That's one thing that really helped me in terms of getting music in different places, because people remember me. And then when they look on my Instagram and they see what I'm doing, they're like, oh crap. And then they listen, they're like, damn, he's actually really good. And I know him. And I know he's a great person. I know he knows how to speak. And so usually it's a no-brainer for a lot of people to help me, because I've always been a giver, and I've always, so when you give, you will receive, you know, and
No facts.
that's something I've always lived by. And so continuing to do that and give and give and give, and I will continue to receive.
And just kicking off from that the college part. I mean, first off, where can we get the merch? Where can we get the 201 merch? What's
Right
going
now
on?
we're in like a rebranding phase. We're in a big rebranding phase right now, especially due to COVID and some of our suppliers and things going. So we're in a big rebranding phase in order to 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 handle the demand,
Gotcha.
because we didn't have the supply when we didn't expect it to be as big and expect to get that many orders. And you know, it was one of my first businesses, and I can't lie, like, we kind of messed it up a little, because we were, getting the orders
No,
out in time or something and stuff like that. We weren't ready to handle what was demanded of us.
you
So,
what, bro? Once y'all get the rebrand and everything, the link gonna be below. The link gonna be below, so y'all can go get that merch.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? And just going off of that college part that we was talking about. I mean, let's go into life change, because I mean, I think just starting out, like you said, start out the game with Always Us, 50,000 plays. I was in college getting love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like you said, you ain't capping. You
yeah,
ain't
that's
capping.
one thing I don't do. Life change is that's like my life change is like, if you want to know about me, go listen to Life Change. If you
That was
want
my favorite. That's my favorite track on the whole project. Cause I
to
mean,
appreciate
I
that.
remember you dropped it Always Us, and I heard it for the first. I said, "Oh, he's on to something. He's on to something right here." I mean, and then
Yeah,
50,000 plays later. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that was my first track. And Life Change, what I really like about Life Change is I love the lyrics. When I made that song, my friend had told me, he was before I made that song, I was in the car with my friend. He was telling me about the difference between a good song and a great song is you gotta have quotable bars. You gotta have things that sit with people. So when I went into the booth that day, I was like, okay, that was on the top of my mind. So the first thing that came out of my mouth, I don't sit around, I make life change. And when I heard myself say that shit, I gassed myself. People don't understand. I actually talk to myself. My friends think I'm very weird because I'll be like, yo, like you bodying this shit. And I'd be talking to myself like, yeah, I really am. And so like when I had said that, I was like, yo, you really just did it. Like you really just like, I didn't even say shit after that, but I just said like, just when I said that, I was like, I knew that song was going to be something special because just saying, I don't sit around, I make life change. Like, I want to put that shit on a shirt, you know, like,
bro. That
you know, it's like a mantra. It's like something, you know, it's like a motto. Like
it's a
that's
way to
like
live by. It's a
yeah,
way to live
and it's
by,
honestly what I live by.
dude.
If you know me, I'm in Virginia right now. I was in New Jersey last 2 weeks ago. I was in California a month ago. I'm gonna be in Philly a couple days from now. I'm gonna be in Belize not too long from now. I really don't sit around.
My question is, bro, how do you get the energy? Because I don't think I've ever seen you tired, and I've seen you moving a lot.
That's a fact. I have real bad insomnia. I think I got ADHD and all that stuff, you know. So, and I would say it's just like I don't know. The love of life gives me energy. Like being able to just wake up. Like
Yeah.
one, you know, I lost a lot of friends growing up. I felt like, and it was just in weird ways. And it was really after losing my one friend. His name was Andre, and he literally went to sleep and just never woke back up. And he died from having a enlarged heart. His heart was too big. Like, and I was young at the time, and I'm like, damn, I can go to sleep and just not wake up. Like, he didn't seem unhealthy. Like, I have to really live and I was always that type of person prior to this experience and prior to going through so much loss. I was always that type of person, but really, like somebody my age, you know, something like that happening, it really was like it really something that sits with me a lot because, you know, like I don't even want to sleep. Like I honestly, like I if I'm up, I want to do something. I want to to con- to to do something.
Contribute or something. Yeah.
Contribute to something, to somebody, to anything. I want to be a member of this society and not just, you know, waste away because you never know. So that's the biggest thing for me is really losing a lot of people and like while growing up really sparked me to be so energetic and so full of life, honestly.
Condolences also. Condolences to Audrey and as well as the other friends as well. And I mean, I once again, I'm kind of like that too, but I ain't got the energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm an insomniac. You know what I'm saying? So like, I stayed up for like maybe the last 15 to 20 hours, but I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I've seen you for a weekend straight just be up, and then
Yeah,
be up Monday and just be like, "Yo, what's good?" And I'll be like, "Nah, nah, that's
yeah,
not."
I'm honestly psychotic. Like I don't know how I do it. Like, but I really don't sleep a lot. But I don't know. And every time if I watch a billionaire and I listen to a podcast or something, they tell me rich people don't sleep. They say they sleep 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours a night.
Get a
So,
nap, yeah, get a nap and then keep moving.
because like I'm not. You sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of the day. You will literally sleep a third of your life away. Like I'm good. I don't want to be sleep that bad.
No, facts.
I love life. I love life.
Going through life changes still. Another quotable out of this. Don't buy a meal, make a laugh. What did you mean by that? What did you mean by that?
Yeah. So if you knew me back then, I can't front. I had a user. I was a very one of them toxic niggas they call them. You know. I was using in a way. Like that whole verse it's completely honest, but it's very bad. Like if you listen to it, like I didn't have a car in college, so I'd be with girls. Like girls were my Uber, picked me up, and I had to pay with, dick or something. Like money wasn't coming out of my pocket.
He said the way that I got $2 here now. What you want? $2 you want to do?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Or make her laugh. Like I'm telling. I always, when I was young, I figured out like women will do more for you than your male friends. So surround yourself with women. Like be entertaining, and they will make sure you're good. Like a lot of times, I really have never had to worry a lot because I've had so much. Because I'm funny, and I've had women in my life, and if you make women smile, they're gonna make sure you smile. And I'm hungry, and
No, thanks.
So that's definitely it's funny and sad, but that was the young me. That was the young me.
He said it changed. Life
Yeah,
changed. Life changed, man. Life changed.
No, yeah, that was the first verse is about that. It's like the me before
No, fact.
Accumulating some money, really getting to spend it, and really living on my, like, being an adult too, like on
And
my own.
just
So,
maturing at the end of the day
mhm,
with time. With time.
exactly.
Well, Malik, Saint, anything else you want to touch on here on the album?
You know what? Before we hop off, I want to just say, in case y'all don't catch this, on She Said, the first word is, the first phrase is, she said, roll lit, yeah, 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 yeah. I want y'all to know that's a double entendre, because the point of that song, and it's definitely what I want to leave people off with, is, the first lyrics is, she said, roll lit, yeah, 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 yeah. Got to take more risk. It's half of it is about smoking. I love my weed, but really it's more about taking risks. The song is it's really about taking risk in life, and a lot of times women have been the people to put that battery in my back to take a risk, and that, like, telling somebody to roll the dice, like, don't be scared don't just do the regular, don't be normal, excuse me, roll the dice and, be great. Take a risk, and, high risk, high reward. And that's how I live my life. So I really like that song for that reason. I hope people get that out of that song, not just, smoking song and stuff like that, but honestly, it's also a song where, it's about taking the risk and putting yourself out there.
No, I feel you. I'm back again right here, banter with the brothers, bar for bar. Little couple technical difficulties. I might have did it. It was me. But we was talking about She Said, and just kind of wrapping up how that how the sound itself with those bars, kind of just the double entendre on the bars you said, as well as kind of I feel like it's a double entendre with the island, as well as the New York sound. You being an engineer, did you kind of try and do that double entendre in the background as well as with the lyrics?
Yeah, for sure. I tried to give you, like a double, yes, that feeling. Like, it's interesting when you're driving through the city. Like, if you ever go to New York City, if you ever been, when you driving through New York City, it's nothing like driving. Like, I lived in Miami. I've been to California, driving down Sunset Boulevard, South Beach, and all that. That's like, but then it's different when you're driving down, you in Manhattan, you driving down 42nd Street and stuff like that. It's a different vibe, but it's like it's like I wanted to still give you that cruise, that it's the summer, it's like but I also wanted to give you that like, that bump, that tap that just keeps you going, that makes you want to bob your head to it.
Right.
You want to, because I feel like that's something that New York does best, is like we make that music that you just want, like, like that Pop Smoke. You want to
You want to
dance.
get
You
that?
want to dance.
I've not facts. Facts.
For sure, you definitely want to dance too. So that's like that bop is definitely what I wanted to continue throughout the whole song, was just making the song a bop, and more than just a song, something you could really vibe with.
And I mean that's what I got with that, as well as the whole album as a whole, the whole project. I mean, no matter where it was airy, whether it was islandy, whether it was, you know, you getting in your bag and rapping, it always had a consistent vibe, I feel like, to your path to the moon. So.
Sure, yeah, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that because that was really my biggest goal, was to show my variety, show like my versatility, give people a variety of music to listen to. If you listen to the album, when you get down to the last track, you're gonna be like it's called City of God. You'd be like it's just totally different. It's something that you'd hear at like a freaking inside like Forever 21, or you're at like some exclusive or a runway model, like a runway scene. Like you probably wouldn't hear it at the nightclub on a Saturday night, you know, but you'd hear this at brunch. And so it's really just creating songs for different vibes, um, and it really helps me gain more opportunities. For example, like some people I've known growing up, now they're doing different things. Like some make movies and stuff, and they've asked me, "Oh, can we use some of your songs to score the film?" And just different things like that. Having an event and they want to use my song or something in the background for their promo video. And so really that's one of the big reasons why I continue when I make music to make sure it's different varieties, because like if somebody wants a song for this, I'm like, okay, I want to be able to give you a song for that. And if you want something you want to bump to and get drunk to, like I got something for that too, you know? So, and especially I hope you guys look out for my new music. I'm going to be dropping a whole lot of music coming soon. It's actually as soon as I get back up north to New Jersey, I'm going to be dropping some music. Got some real good party music. Got something for the fall for the ladies. I got something for the fall for the niggas that's depressed because they single. I got I got something for those the cuffings, you know, and it's cuffing season coming. You know, because it's cuffing season and it's bag season, like people be in their bag in the winter. So got that bag music, you know. So like I got a lot of in your bag music. Not that I be in my bag. I honestly just make a song about whatever I went through that day or something, or whatever the situation is. But like I got a lot of that coming. So definitely be on the lookout. I got some real, real good music coming soon for sure.
We gonna be waiting, man. Thanks for that banter with the, you know what I'm saying? Another bar for bar exclusive. You know, we got the new music on the way.
Yep. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. This was like, you guys were like one of the first people I ever interviewed with. So I made sure that I took this opportunity to do another one, because nobody does it like you guys.
My question is, we get to lock in for the next tape too, or like, I mean, because I mean, let's be honest here. You got the Rock behind you. You got Australia calling.
What I might do, what I'm gonna do is I'll probably send you guys. I'm gonna send you, you know, and a select few other people my next tape. I have 3 tapes that are already ready. I'm just like trying to figure out which one I'm putting out first. I'm not a perfectionist, but you know, you gotta have a plan. You know, you can't just be throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Like, you got 3 tapes already recorded.
Recorded, done. I like I said, I record at least a song to 2 songs a day. This year I've recorded over 100 songs. Probably actually, if I check my notes, this year alone I recorded, I think, 135 songs the last time I checked. Just and usually what I do is like, I won't, if I have to finish it too. Like if I start a song, I will put a verse, a hook, and a hook, verse, hook, and a little something. I will finish the song. I usually don't leave a song unfinished, or I leave it open for if somebody wants to feature on it, or if I want to send it out, stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to send you guys, you know, before I even drop it, I'll give you guys a listen. You guys can let me know what you think about it and all, and give you guys an exclusive listening too.
We got the exclusive. Why you just gas us like that? Why you gas us like that, bro?
That's no cap. That's no cap, right? That's no cap right there. So I'm gonna definitely make you guys get that exclusive.
And we appreciate it over here at Banter with the Brothers. You know what I'm saying? You was one of our first interviews, so I don't know if we did a good job. I mean, hopefully we did. You know, in the first one. But you know what I'm saying?
You guys did a great job.
Appreciate, man. Appreciate. And
Yeah.
once again, man, we gonna have the link for the album as well in below. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can go tune in on that. And we'll also, you know, it might not be there now, but we will have a link for the clothing. So the clothing will be there too. And then we'll also have, you know, Saint's own, you know what I'm saying, page and all that stuff that y'all can get in contact with them if y'all need that music, you know what I'm saying?
Or let me know if you need some music, you wanna, you know, if you just wanna hang out and talk to me, you know, about anything, you know, I'm always available, and I'm always just, I love people. I love to talk. That's what we on this planet for, is to communicate. You know, otherwise we wouldn't have been given these mouthpieces, and they wouldn't have put so many people on this planet. You know, so hit me, contact me. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for banter with the bros. Grateful. You know, I appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out 201. Follow me at MD Saint on Instagram. I think that's my Twitter. My Twitter is Saint201. I've got to make everything the same, but I be changing names a lot. I'm impulsive.
That'd be like that.
Yeah, follow.
All right, y'all. This is another Bar for Bar, and y'all have a great day.
Thank you. Appreciate